What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Belt Talk. I am your host, Terrence Matthews. And man, it's a lot going on out there in the world of professional wrestling right now. A lot of people are losing their mind. I think Overreaction Monday has carried over into Overreaction Tuesday. Everybody's emotions are pretty much somewhat intact, but still a lot of people are going over the top with the things that is being said on social media about the main event that took place on night 2 of WrestleMania between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. So I thought it would be really good on today's show if we revisit that real quick and just look back and moving forward into what happened on Monday Night Raw last night and see if we can kind of connect the dots in any type of way to see maybe what direction that they may be going in. So let's get to the end of the main event. I think we all kind of have a great idea of what happened during the build-up and during the actual match. You know, from my opinion, it seemed like Cody, but John was wrestling a more so traditional style of wrestling to kind of prove to everybody. I wouldn't call it chain wrestling, but it was more so a slower pace, traditional style of wrestling to prove to everybody that he can wrestle. And in my opinion, it seemed like Cody was really, really blown up and kind of gassed and tired because he was trying to push the pace. But every time he tried to, John wouldn't allow him to do it. But at the end of the match, now me personally, I didn't like the initial end of the match. I thought Travis Scott, that spot with Travis Scott when his music hit and he came out, first of all, he was walking extremely slow to the ring and he was taking his time, of course, but I was thinking that, of course, maybe we was gonna see The Rock. The Rock was gonna eventually come out and The Rock music was gonna hit and, they both go out to the ring together. And of course, that didn't happen. Then my mindset went to, well, maybe Cody is about to get his receipt when Travis hit him on the head and gave him a real good shiner on his face. That shot that he did when John turned heel at Elimination Chamber, you got a receipt coming when it comes to professional wrestling when you hit somebody that flush and it leaves a pretty good bruise on. So he comes down the ramp real slow. He, pretty much interferes in the match. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if the ref sees this and he actually touch and he get involved, well, maybe that's going to be a disqualification. Of course, that's not the way that they went. But when he got in the ring, I said, okay, Cody was presented, do I hit him? No, of course he went for him and he swung at him, but he missed. So initially the receipt did not actually happen. And, I'm thinking, okay, when Cody finally had the opportunity to at least kick John down there below the belt, that at least Cody was going to take that. Now, of course, we know the end of it. We have a brand new undisputed champion. But the end of the match and the totality of the match, it did not make Cody look strong at all. I mean, this is still, you're the guy that's carried the company for the last 368 days, even though, generation versus generation, John Cena, the PG era, if we're being truthful, John Cena is the reason why a lot of us started seeking a alternative when it came to wrestling because we just got tired of, the PG era. We didn't see a lot of brand new champions. We go back 15 years ago when he was holding the belt. Didn't see a lot of brand new champions. We saw a lot of the same old, slow-paced match, the same opponents, the same style of TV, the same style of everything when John had the belt. I remember it was Neville. Neville had faced John. They did a big build with Neville, and Neville should have beat John. That didn't happen. Ryback should have beat John Cena. That didn't happen. It was opportunities that they could have pulled the trigger on a lot of different talent, and we know that never happened. That never happened. That never happened. So going back to the end of the match, it didn't make him look good at all in defeat. It's a way to lose, and it's the way to look strong. And the opportunities that he had, whether it was to kick John below the Johnson, whether it was to get a lick on Travis Scott, none of that actually happened. And that's a bad way to lose, because he, of course, it doesn't make him look strong, but every opportunity that he had, he did not take it. He did not take it. And I'm thinking when he comes back, of course, I hope that he eventually turns heel, but the verbiage that's gonna come out of his mouth, and I believe Michael Cole had alluded to it during when it was something that Michael Cole said that stood out to me. He asked Cody, or somebody asked Cody, are you gonna be a good guy or are you gonna be a bad guy? And that's a good question to ask, because especially right now with him not holding the belt, he can spin that whole narrative where, me doing the right thing. And of course, we know that he stayed true to who he was. But like I said, we're not in the era of just hero. We're in the era of anti-hero. That's what made Roman so appealing to us, because he wasn't a good guy. Like Roman said, he wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. He was the guy. And in the era of just being squeaky clean, I mean, if we're looking at Cody's life, he has a beautiful wife, a whole family, and it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that it's nothing wrong with that, but the perfection of it, the way that it's coming across on camera, and it's all good, but when you're trying to relate to people that may not have what you have, that's an easy way to turn it in their face and to instantly get heat. It's not an easy way to have people more so appeal to you. It's an easy way to have people say, you know what? And especially if you start rubbing it in their face, oh man, it's all over. It's all over. So I think when he comes back, he's probably gonna go down the road of saying, you know what? When I was a good guy, I did it the right way. It got me nowhere. I think he can go down that path and he can run with it and it will work. But for them, like on Monday night, everybody watched Monday Night Raw last night, they pretty much didn't even mention Cody. They turned the page with Cody. And like I said on yesterday's show, one of the shows, I was saying that the next opponent, because of the legacy of the championship, has to be Randy Orton. And of course we got that. At least, Randy came down to the ring and, and hit Cena with an RKO. So that's pretty much the road that they're gonna go down. We don't know if we're gonna get it at Backlash or they're gonna save that and go down the road to do that match at SummerSlam. But we do know that we're going to get that match. Now, as far as everybody saying, I've heard this, people saying that we're going back into the PG era 2.0. Lord, I hope to God that they don't do that. I hope that they don't do that at all. I believe if they go down that road, that will hurt the company. In my opinion, I don't like the fact that they're getting ready to pull back the curtain. It was a commercial that I saw on one of the stations, and it was an advertisement with Triple H, and he was talking about how they're getting ready to pull the curtain all the way back. And I'm not a fan of that at all, because if you pull it back too far, it hurts you. It hurts the excitement of it. It hurts the anticipation of it, in my opinion. Like I said, if that's the case, I might as well go find me an insider and start looking for somebody to give me a glimpse into what's getting ready to happen, so to speak. So I don't like that part of it at all. And I hope to God that they don't necessarily do that. But if they were to go down that road, man, it's gonna hurt it all, because we already know John Cena is not going to be around full time because of his work and his priorities that's outside of the ring. So we're already at a disadvantage when it comes to that, because we won't be able to see the championship defended on regular TV or see the champion a lot, as it was. That kind of happened late in Roman's reign, Cody was pretty much there, and that was good and all. And you know, like what Cena was saying, how the fans are fickle. And the question is, are we fickle? Because, like I said, during his PG era when Cena was champion, man, I got tired. I was like, Lord, it's time for something different. It's time for something completely brand new. And now that we got something completely brand new, you know, the belt changed hands from Roman to Cody, and now Cody to Cena. Now I don't know if it was just to get to the 17th championship and to get to Randy. And of course, that's exactly what happened. But I hope, like I said, I hope they don't go down. I hope they don't go down that era of PG. And all right, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that John Cena beating Cody Rhodes was a good thing? Do you think that we're going back to the PG era? Do you think, I mean, I want to know, what do you think? Let me know. Let's start the conversation. Let's talk back and forth in the comment section. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Do you think that, you know, you don't have an opinion? Say that also. All right? So let's start the conversation. All right? Like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you. Oh, one more thing. It's a lot of you guys that are watching the content that is not subscribed right here. I think it's like 44% of you guys that are subscribed. That is not subscribed, that is watching the content. So please hit that subscribe button. Let's run this thing up. All right? Let's become a big family. We'll catch you on the next one. Belt Talk. We out.